I took a weekend break from social media, and the moment I logged back in, the entire internet was on fire with one story. Reports confirmed that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is preparing a bid to acquire Warner Bros., and not just casually, but by partnering with Comcast Universal to make a full takeover, which would instantly put new leadership, new priorities, and new creative freedom on the table. When Zack Snyder liked the Instagram post about the Saudi bid, it wasn't an accident. It was the clearest hint yet that he is watching this closely and is absolutely open to returning if the right owners step in. And the craziest part is that Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, is not only a Zack Snyder fan, he's literally the financial backers of Zack's upcoming UFC film. Meaning, if Saudis take over Warner Bros., Zack instantly becomes one of the most valuable creative assets they already trust and admire. Combine that with Universal's interests, a studio that already works with Christopher Nolan, who originally collaborated with Snyder on Man of Steel. A studio that loves cinematic universes, a studio that needs a massive new franchise, and suddenly you have two global giants perfectly aligned to give Snyder the money, freedom, and support to finish Justice League 2 and 3 exactly how he planned it in 2013. And this matters because Snyder was blamed for decisions that were never his. The rushed DCU timeline, Batman v Superman happening too early, Justice League being reshot by Joss Whedon, the tonal mess, the chaos, all of that was Warner Bros. Panic and corporate interference, not Zack's vision. After he stepped away due to family tragedy, the studio completely butchered Justice League, forced a reboot on top of a reboot strategy, split Shazam and Black Adam, destroyed continuity, confused the audience, and then blamed Snyder for the fallout. Meanwhile, fans kept the SnyderVerse alive because it wasn't just a set of movies, it was an emotional movement built on pain, loss, passion, unity, and a belief in artistic vision, which no other modern fandom has ever managed to sustain. The Snyder Cut broke global records, trended for years, proved the fanbase is one of the most loyal in the world, and made studios realize that this universe has unfinished business and massive earning potential. Now, with WB struggling, the DCU reboot failing to build momentum, audience trust being at its lowest, and DC lacking a clear identity, new ownership would see restoring the SnyderVerse as the fastest and strongest way to stabilize the franchise. Zack already has the entire 5-film arc finished. The Nightmare storyline, Superman's full redemption arc, Batman's sacrifice arc, Darkseid's invasion, Diana's myth arc, Flash's role, Cyborg's central importance, it's all mapped out, ready to be filmed the moment someone with money and authority says yes. And if PIF plus Universal take over, James Gunn's DCU is over, old leadership is gone, and Snyder's cast, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, Jason Momoa can realistically return because the new owners would want the most profitable, emotionally resonant version of DC, not another reboot that resets everything again. The SnyderVerse gives DC something it hasn't had in a decade: a clear direction, a consistent vision, characters with emotional depth, a fandom with genuine passion, and a roadmap that already exists. And for fans who spent years trending hashtags, fighting for the Snyder Cut, donating to charity, breaking Twitter and streaming records, this moment is the closest we've ever been to Snyder's complete story, returning today's trends restore. The SnyderVerse, sell WB to Universal, bring back Zack aren't meaningless. They show potential buyers that a global fan base is waiting, ready, loyal, and loud. And the truth is simple. If the Saudi Universal acquisition happens, the SnyderVerse could genuinely come back, and the Justice League arc Zack teased in 2017 might finally get completed with the original cast, original tone, original stakes, and original emotional weight. So the only thing fans need to do now is stay loud, stay united, and show the world that the SnyderVerse is not a memory. It's the future, waiting to be unlocked. And if you're watching this, tell me one thing. Do you want the SnyderVerse restored? And how fast would you scream if Henry Cavill appears again as Superman under Zack's direction? Because this fight isn't over, in fact. This might be the moment everything finally turns in our favor.